See,
Hey, it's the 1st of May, but not just any 1st of May, a very special edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We're coming to you live from Paul Thomas Senior Stadium on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College. We have a very special show lined up for you. Now, I know I always like to say it's a very special show. This is actually a very special show because in just about 1 hour from now, just before the 8 o'clock hour, our good friend Ed Nags is going to start running from Wenatchee, Washington to Corvallis, Oregon. It's 419 miles. It's going to take him pretty much the month of May to do it, all of it for a very good cause, the Only 7 Seconds Foundation, which is very close to Ed Nags. Ed, of course, will be joining me and some other celebrities as well in the back half of the program. Everybody knows Ed. Everybody loves Ed. Eric Granstrom is hugging Ed as we speak. Eric, of course, is a fantastic hugger. And if you're out and about and you're just sitting at home and you want to come down and check it out, you're more than welcome to. Come on down to Paul Thomas Senior Stadium and watch television magic happen on this, the first day of May. But bring a jacket. It's chilly, folks. It's a little on the cool side. It's only 40 right here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. And it's not going to be particularly warm today, but we're going to have a lot of sunshine. Right now, the weather forecast for the weekend is looking a little iffy. It looks like Mother Nature is going to give us some clouds on Saturday for the Milk Growers Grand Parade. Best chance of rain on Saturday, and this is important, before the parade starts. They say by 11:30, which is when the parade begins up at Triangle Park. We might be dry. We're certainly going to be cloudy and cool on Saturday. Best chance of actual rain is going to be Sunday, the final day of the 105th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. Those forecast details are coming up. We will have the news. The Mariners won another one. It was a close one. They took a nice 3-0 lead over the Braves. They held off Atlanta. They're smoking hot right now. The Seattle Mariners, highlights of that, plus all the prep action, of course, from yesterday, including a big soccer victory for the Eastmont Wildcats. We'll have all of that in sports. We'll have an opinion from Mad Dog McNaughty. Everything that we normally do, we're just going to do it here live on location at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, the home of the Wenatchee Apple Sox, which used to be, of course, Ed Nags' employer for 14 years, and also the home of Wenatchee Valley College. Before we get into the cameras, special thanks to the athletic department at Wenatchee Valley College for stepping on board and helping us out and letting us come in here and disrupt what would otherwise be a normal school day here at the college. All right, let's do our cameras around the valley. We'll start out with the Wenatchee Heights camera as we get going here on this Wednesday. Again, lots of sunshine today, bountiful sunshine all day today. It is going to be a little on the cool side. Our normal high is 67. We only got to 55 yesterday. We'll be warmer than that today, but still below normal. Lots of sunshine for everybody in the viewing area. To Omi Gardens we go, looking back over the Wenatchee Valley. Basically, it's the Wenatchee Heights camera pointed the other direction, 180 degrees. It's almost at the same elevation as the Wenatchee Heights camera. Good morning to Old Station. Good morning to the Otobashian Bridge. Good morning to everybody on a beautiful and sunny Wednesday morning. Let's head up to McNeil Canyon and say good morning to Lake Chelan. Last I checked, they haven't started filling the bathtub yet. They got about 7 feet to go before they're ready to go, and we can all hop in. You can hop in the lake now if you want. A little on the cool side. I'd recommend, maybe July. And to Hay Canyon as we say good morning to Cashmere and the vibrant green colors all over the foothills of Cashmere. It's just beautiful up there. Wildflowers are bursting out all over. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. Sunrise this morning, 5:43. Sunset tonight, 8:13. Guess what? That's 14 and a half hours of daylight. All right, from the National Weather Service, here we go. The all-important Apple Blossom Weekend forecast. Lots of sunshine today. It's going to be a little breezy. Later on this afternoon, we'll top off at about 63 degrees. Wind about out of the northwest, about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Right now, it's just as still as can be at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. Partly cloudy tonight, 39 for the overnight low. Little bit of light wind, nothing we can't handle. Sunshine Thursday, a little bit warmer with a high of 66. We're also going to see a few passing clouds Thursday and on into Thursday night. Sunshine Friday, a little breezy, high of 67. Friday looks to be about the best day of the weekend because things are going to start changing Friday night. We could see some light rain in the overnight hours on Friday night. It's certainly going to cloud up. Overnight low of 51. For the Milk Growers Grand Parade, we are looking at about a 60% chance of rain, a 60% chance of rain, but in the morning hours, they say by 11 a.m. or noon, the showers should be tapering off. No sunshine on Saturday. It's taking the day off with a high of 65. And we wrap up the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival with partly sunny skies and still cool temperatures with a high of only 63. And we're going to be below normal, in fact, well below normal in the early part of next week as well. All right, that's your forecast. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, what made news on Tuesday, we'll let you know in 2 minutes. You're watching a special live edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley from Paul Thomas Senior Stadium and our good friend Ed Nags. And you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel. The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
The Lake Chelan Rotary Club invites you to experience Cycle Chelan, held each year on the 3rd Saturday in June. Pick your thrill from 3 rides: the Metric Century Challenge, Cycle Divino, or the Lake Loop. All profits from Cycle Chelan are used to support student scholarships and other charitable activities of the Lake Chelan Rotary Club. Cycle Chelan, a route for every rider. Pick your thrill today.
Happy Apple Blossom from NCW Life Channel, your local TV station. While you're enjoying our Apple Blossom coverage on NCW Life, we need to thank our platinum supporter, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air Heat and Air. Call Alpine Air. Have a great Apple Blossom, and thanks for watching your local TV station, the NCW Life Channel.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
We're live here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College. The gates are open. You want to come down and see television magic happen? Well, I'm here, but more importantly, Ed Nags is here, our very special guest. We'll be visiting with Ed in the back half of the program. But if you got nothing going on, come on down to Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, sit in the stands, and watch Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live in action. Here's what's making news on this Wednesday. The Kashmir man who injured a passenger in a DUI rollover last summer is going to be doing 30 days of community service. 23-year-old Shane T. McCormick, he flipped his Kia last June on Mission Creek Road just outside of Kashmir. His passenger suffered a broken arm, a broken neck, and a broken shoulder blade. Chelan County Sheriff's deputies said he was intoxicated. McCormick was at the time of the crash. His blood alcohol level more than 2.5 times the legal limit. Judge Travis Brandt sentenced McCormick on Monday after he entered a plea to attempted vehicular assault. He also pled to drunken driving under the same plea agreement. Well, the Apple Cup Cafe, which is an iconic restaurant, of course, in beautiful downtown Chelan, they have given us the latest update. They had that unfortunate fire, of course, a couple of months ago. Firefighters as far away from Wenatchee and Kashmir responded to that fire back in March. Well, the cafe took to Facebook a couple of days ago to give us an update. They're making progress. They said they had to strip the interior's building, all of it. There was a lot of excessive smoke damage that they weren't anticipating. The owners of the Apple Cup Cafe said it'll be a long journey ahead as they begin to meet with design teams, but they assured their customers they will reopen. They're just going to have to be a little on the patient side. Chelan County Commissioners yesterday welcomed a delegation from Kyrgyzstan. That's the Central Asian Republic where apples were first grown over 4,000 years ago. They were the first ones to cultivate apples, so it makes sense they visit the Wenatchee Valley. The group came to Wenatchee as part of a sister region relationship between Washington and Kyrgyzstan. They're going to spend the week touring the area. Delegates sang the Kyrgyz anthem to open the meeting, and they peppered commissioners with questions about the Wenatchee Valley's culture and economics. Aldilit Beishanov, who works with policymaking in the capital of Bishkek, told NCW Life he's eager to learn all about North Central Washington.
Actually, it's the first time in US, so yeah, it's my first time here. I really enjoy it. Originally, I'm from Kyrgyzstan, Central Asia, and actually when I get here, it feels like home because landscape, weather, everything literally identical. Kyrgyzstan is located in Central Asia, post-Soviet Union country, gained its independence in 1991. Like the interesting part is that literally apples, peaches, and cherries. No, cherries not. Apples and peaches was originated from area where I was born. It's a cool lake. Unfortunately, you see, it's easy to plant it. It's plant without any sources you needed to do. Like it's plants like a grass. But the thing is that you have to store it, you have to trade it. You have a mark. This part is more technological, so unfortunately we lack of it. And if it will happen and we will have it, it will make us more adventurous, and we could actually export apples for a lot more countries. I see that this part of country is very developed in some senses, like agriculturally. It's very developed in a sense of trade and energy resources. We have a very high hydroelectric energy potential. We have same landscape, which is great for apples, peaches, cherries. But you guys get more advanced, way ahead of us. So I learn how to do the same, implement in our country. And also there's a lot of issues that we have, but I see that here it somehow was managed to be solved, so people will prosper, like more better farming, better condition living, so that bring it home from here.
And finally, on this Wednesday, after you go to the food fair at Memorial Park and you scarf down those gastrointestinal delights, what do you do with the plates? You throw them in the garbage? Well, no, you don't throw them in the garbage. Last year, with the help of a number of community groups, the Apple Blossom Festival began its push towards recycling and composting as much of its refuse as possible, and that effort is continuing this year. Chris Cameron is the Environmental Committee Chair for Wenatchee Confluence Rotary, and she says it all started with a revelation about how much garbage is created each year.
So 2 years ago, Rotary found out that Apple Blossom didn't do any recycling or composting. 13 tons of garbage over 11 days went to the landfill. And so a couple years ago, Rotary adopted environmental sustainability, primarily climate concerns, as an area of focus. And so we thought, well, let's give it a try, and let's try to collect compost and recyclables at Apple Blossom. And so this is our second year, but it's our first year doing kind of concentrated stations for more days than just one. Last year, Munchen House and Icicle Brewing donated compostable cups to the beer garden, so there was no plastic in the beer garden. And then Waste Management contributed a recycling container, a yarder or a dumpster, so we were able to actually cut the waste that was headed to the landfill in half for just compostable cups, vendors and their cardboard. And then we did compost and mixed recycling collection on Youth Day. So that was all we did last year, and we were able to cut the waste, that huge amount by that. So this year we're shooting for 75% because we have over 100 community volunteers who have offered to staff the stations throughout Apple Blossom. So that is really exciting. They represent, last count, 18 different organizations in the community. And they all tell me that they've had a marvelous reception, that it's been fun for them, and people are grateful and say thanks for doing this. So I think we're doing a good thing for the community.
And so are people surprised when you say that cup you got in your hand, we can compost it, doesn't have to go to the landfill?
Oh, they're so surprised. We've learned that some people didn't realize that food is compostable, and that's the most compostable thing that there is. So one of the things that we're trying to do, and we kind of do it around the edges, is to let people understand that what we eat and what we throw away has a lot to do with climate change. Because when food waste and organic waste goes to a landfill, it generates methane, and methane's 80 times more heat trapping than even CO2. The good news is that it's shorter lived. So if we can start to bring down our methane emissions by keeping food waste out of the landfill, we buy ourselves time to do the more big scale expensive things like electric car charging stations and those kinds of things. The Wenatchee Confluence Rotary Club has primarily put up the money for the equipment and the supplies, but we do have a lot of support from Darcy Christofferson and Alex Haley from Apple Blossom. Waste Management donates their collection and hauling services. Winton Manufacturing has been a huge help. We could not do this without Winton's help.
Yeah, we're really excited. This is our second year assisting with that. We are donating our services to it. So we're going to have buckets. The vendors are going to be collecting their food waste, and then we have big bins that the festival is going to use, and we've donated that service to them, so they'll be able to do it for free.
The other important player here is Young Life. They're paid to collect garbage and keep the park clean, and so they actually come by and collect all the things that we are collecting and get them to the appropriate collection points. And then last but not least is Sustainable North Central Washington, who has kind of helped us with planning and all of the media and outreach kinds of things. And they're also, this is fun, for the first time this year, they are going to be interviewing vendors and will be offering a Green Vendor Award, along with the other traditional Apple Blossom Awards. So we're trying to encourage vendors to use less packaging that's not compostable and not recyclable. And it's been really gratifying because a lot of vendors with whom we've spoken have been really supportive. And you know, the trick is we need to get the prices to come down a little bit, so it's a little more feasible for them to use those materials. But we're hoping in a couple years that everything that comes this way is compostable and recyclable.
And that's what's making news on this first day of May. At the NCW Life channel, we think it's important that you be kept in the loop on what's going on in the Wenatchee Valley, North Central Washington. And we fill that bill Monday through Friday at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock with the evening news, 5, 6, and 10 on television, or as we like to say in the business, TV. If that doesn't work for you, you can watch it if you have access to the internet, and I'm pretty sure that you do. You can watch our news right around 5 o'clock Monday through Friday. It'll be up and running on our homepage, ncwlife.com, and our Facebook page, our YouTube page. You can download our app if you want to. In fact, we highly recommend that you download your app. And we have like Instagram and X and this whole social media thing. I'm on record, this whole internet thing. Gonna be big. Download our QR code. You'll be glad you did. And if something out there you think is newsworthy, you get a hold of us. Best way to do it, because everybody gets it at the newsroom. Send us an email, news@ncwlife.com. The Mariners have clinched winning 5 consecutive series. They did it by holding out the Braves last night. Sports in 2 minutes. You're watching a special edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium on the NCW Life channel.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
I think we already have the legendary pizza, really, and I hope it just continues.
We have a free pizza slip. We get free pizzas, and if something happened to Abby's, we wouldn't have free pizza anymore. Think about that, huh?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Every day is Taco Tuesday at Abby's. Our Taco Especial is on sale 7 days a week, loaded with beef or chicken, onions, olives, tomatoes, cheddar cheese, and lettuce. It's a pizza that you won't forget. Dine in or order online for takeout or delivery right to your door.
I chose Pinnacles because they give you a lot of opportunities for really fun field trips and activities.
It's a smaller school, so you feel more connected to other people.
My favorite thing about Pinnacles is definitely how we got to choose our elective.
I learn at my own speed. It's a place where people can be who they want to be, and they show that by using their epic values.
We choose Pinnacles because the staff is accepting.
Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Sports at 19 minutes after the hour. They're actually clapping for me. Again, we're live here at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. If you got nothing better to do and you want to watch live TV, come on down. The gates are open. Admission is free. What you should do is donate to Ed. We'll get to that in just a little bit. Louis Castillo through 7 shutout innings. The Mariners bullpen holds on 3-2 another Mariner victory over the Braves last night. After starting the season 0-4, Mr. Castillo is now pitching really, really well. In fact, in the last 4 starts, he's only allowed 2 earned runs.
Here's Polanco, 2 outs, and Rojas at first base.
Swung on and drilled deep to right. The hooking drive. That's gone. Polanco and a line drive. 2-run homer, and the Mariners have the lead here in the 3rd inning. Home run number 4, RBIs 9 and 10 for Polo.
And that is on the barrel. Solid line drive into the seats.
We talked about quality of pitches on both sides.
Here's Mitch Haniger. 1 out, nobody on.
There you go, base hit. His first career hit off of Lopez. Breaks it 0 for 10. 1 out knock here in the 4th.
3-1 pitch. Swinging a hard hit line drive into center field for a base hit. Haniger hits the bag at second, holds there. Harris gets to it quickly. Raley scalds a single into center field. Mariners have made some hard contact off of Lopez this inning. Brings up Dylan Moore. Swinging, it's hammered down the line. This is a rocket by the wall, and it bangs midway off the fence. Haniger is in. Raley held at third, and Dylan Moore laces a slider off the wall in left field, and he tacks on another run for the Mariners.
Right side, straight away, pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, and a slider down and in. Strike 3, and 1 away for the Braves here in the top of the 9th inning. Mariners looking for their 17th win. The 1-0 pitch, swinging a fly ball into left center field. Julio going back, he's there, and he makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning.
Let's see what Mooney and Cal come up with here. The 1-2 to Kelnick, game on the line. Got it! And the Mariners win this series. They beat the Braves for the 2nd night in a row.
Check out this amazing statistic. The Mariners are the first team in the history of Major League Baseball to post an ERA of 1.60 or lower, plus 160 strikeouts at least over an 18-game span. That is remarkable. Yeah, our pitching, both the starting pitching and the bullpen, playing phenomenal. One more game. It's a matinee affair, of course, 12:40. Getaway day on a Wednesday. Chris Sale, you remember him? He'll be taking on Emerson Hancock. First pitch this afternoon is at 12:40. Good thing the Mariners did win, because almost everybody else in the division also won yesterday. Rangers all over the Nationals 7-1. It took 10 innings for the Astros to get by the Guardians. The final there was 10-9. A's break up. The A's are playing pretty good. They beat the Pirates 5-2. Angels, however, did lose to the Phillies. The final there was 7-5. Prep baseball, big victory for Eastmont. They are tied for first place in the Columbia Basin Big Nine. This is the final week of the regular season, as a matter of fact. They remain tied with Moses Lake, and they took care of Sunnyside yesterday. The final there was 6-0. Davis down in Yakima knocked off the Panthers. The final there was 7-3. Also, Moses Lake keeping pace with Eastmont. They beat West Valley 4-1. Cashmere all over Cascade on the Diamonds 18-7. Quincy just got by Chelan 5-4. More prep baseball. The smaller schools, Liberty Bell got by Cle Elum in the first game, 6-2. Second game of the doubleheader, Cle Elum came out on top, so they split that one. The final there was 3-1 in the nightcap. Manson got by Tenasket 4-3. Elmira Cooley Heartline over Brewster. The final there was 8-6. Okanagan crushed Lake Roosevelt 18-8, and Moses Lake Christian got by Waterville Mansfield. The final there was 5-3. To the softball scoreboard we go. Davis led Wenatchee 9-8 in the 5th, and then Wenatchee poured on runs in the last couple of innings to beat the Davis Pirates yesterday at home 19-9. East Valley crushed Ellensburg 14-3, and then 13-10 in the doubleheader. Cashmere 24, Cascade 0 in Caribou Trail League girls fast pitch softball. More fast pitch. Cle Elum swept Liberty Bell in both games. They won the opener 20-5 and the nightcap 25-15. Orville over Bridgeport 28-12 in the opener, but Bridgeport came back. They beat Orville. Look at that score in the second game of the doubleheader, 28-26. In a softball game. How long did it take that one to play? Okanagan over Brewster 22-6, and Wilbert Creston Keller sweeps Waterville Mansfield, both games of their doubleheader. Prep soccer scoreboard, Eastmont crushing West Valley 8-1 to stay right in the hunt for the Big Nine championship. Again, soccer is also in their last week of the regular season. Moses Lake knocked off the Panthers. The final was 2-1. Wenatchee's 3-game winning streak comes to an end. Grandview knocked off Ephrata. Sela squeaks by Ellensburg. That's playoff action. They're actually into the playoffs now, the postseason. In the Central Washington Athletic Conference, Quincy got by Warden 6-1. It was Tenasket beating Okanagan. Brewster over Orville. Bridgeport beat Liberty Bell. Manson just got by Pateris. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. On this first day of May, it is, of course, Labor Day in a lot of countries. It is May Day. But today we celebrate principals. It's National Principal Appreciation Day. I remember all of my principals Bud Sears was my principal at Washington Elementary School. I love going to Washington. Spent 9 of the best years of my life going to Washington Elementary School. Then at Orchard Junior High, it was Paul Pugh, great principal. And then the legendary Tom Byrne, who was my principal at Wenatchee High School. All principals at one point or another started their career as teachers, so they have a general idea of some of the headaches that teachers need to go through. We always give teachers love. We need to give more love. Today, give the principal a little love. Today is National Love Your Principal Day today. Always celebrated on the 1st of May because I saw it on the internet. Today in history, happy birthday to the Empire State Building. It took them only 14 months to build this colossus. It opened to the public May 1st, 1931. Why did it only take them 14 months to build what was at the time the tallest skyscraper in the world? It was the Depression. Everybody needed work. There was plenty of labor to build the Empire State Building. It was the tallest building in the world for 42 years until the World Trade Center's North Tower surpassed it in 1970. There are 12 TV and 19 radio station transmitters at the very top of the Empire State Building. There are 2 observation decks. I've been on both of them. One's on the 86th floor, a much smaller one on the 102nd floor, and then there's a private observation deck above the 102nd floor. But you got to know somebody to get into that one. Happy birthday to the Empire State Building, 93 years old today. 64 years ago today, oops, we got caught. Francis Gary Powers, flying a U-2 reconnaissance mission over the Soviet Union, got shot down. What did we do? We lied. We said he was on the weather. He was checking weather out. Well, he wasn't checking weather out. He was taking high-quality pictures of Soviet missile bases. We didn't know that he had been shot down. He just was missing. And so they decided just to lie until Nikita Khrushchev said, we got him right here. Waved to the cameras, Francis Gary Powers. Eventually, after a couple of years, he was returned for a Soviet spy that we caught here in the United States. So a little hay for Nikita Khrushchev when Francis Gary Powers was shot down out of the sky on this date 64 years ago today. And happy 53rd birthday to Amtrak. Amtrak becomes, well, the passenger rail of this United States. If it wasn't for Amtrak, there would be no passenger rail in the United States. The only people who were making money in the private railroad business back in the late 60s and early 70s was in the Northeast Corridor. The rest of it was a money-losing operation, and then finally all the private railroad companies said, we're out of business. We're not going to we'll haul freight, but we're done hauling people. That didn't go over so well, so Amtrak takes over all passenger service in this country 53 years ago today. Finally, birthdays. Happy birthday to my brother Michael David. He knows how old he is. And there's Mike and Kay, his lovely wife, and happy birthday to my niece Rachel. There's Rachel and her lovely husband Zach, and they have a cute little baby too. So they share birthdays. My brother Mike and my niece Rachel. Rachel happens to be Mike's daughter. And happy birthday to Ed's daughter, Ed Nags. He's going to wish her a happy birthday. When we come back, a very special interview with Ed Nags and other celebrities. We're broadcasting live from Paul Thomas Senior Stadium on a special edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
Happy Apple Blossom from NCW Life Channel, your local TV station. While you're enjoying our Apple Blossom coverage on NCW Life, we need to thank our gold supporter, Town Auto Group. Your community, your family, your Town Auto Group. Have a great Apple Blossom, and thanks for watching your local TV station, the NCW Life Channel.
Hey, hon, would you run this around to the wash rack?
Oh, okay.
Hey, hon, what happened?
They shrunk the truck.
The all-new midsize Canyon is now available at Sangster Motors.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chase on the other side. You can lift this up. Time warranty.
Great, I want that one. I would like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
Ooh. You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Confluence Health, our mission is clear: to provide exceptional care for our community. We believe in healthcare that's personal and local because we're just like you, members of this great community.
We are Confluence.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
Local care by and for our community.
We are Confluence.
This is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. And I'm going to bet, with housing prices where they are these days, we're going to see a return to, or at least a new phenomenon of multi-extended family or extended generational family living. You know, if the average family income was about $57,000, and the average home price being $450,000, I mean, come on, we can't see how new home ownership for a single family is going to be feasible. Extended family members or multiple families sharing a home and mortgage is probably going to become a new trend. Good thing or bad? Well, who knows? I mean, I wouldn't mind if my daughter's family moved in with us in the same house, but my son? This is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and that's my opinion.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units. The Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, a home of the Wenatchee Apple Sox, the Wenatchee Valley College Knights. By the way, the night baseball team playing really good. And we got a bunch of celebrities here. We got the Apple Blossom Festival Royal Court here. We got the Wenatchee High School Panther baseball team here. Other folks have decided to come down and watch this program live at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium. You can do it too if you want. But the biggest celebrity of them all is the man to my immediate left. It's our good friend. It's Ed Nags, and today is the day. You begin your journey, your 419-mile journey today, Coach.
Finally. It's hard to believe that it's here. You know, we've been planning it for quite a while, and actually be standing here on this amazing day with you is special, but we're excited to start.
Opening day run 101, for those of you who haven't been following what the heck Ed is going to be doing between now and the end of this month. Let us know how this came to be and why you're doing it.
Originally, it was just kind of a crazy idea that I had selfishly to do something that was kind of goofy, hard to do, physical, and would draw some attention to the start of the West Coast League season, which starts June 1st. And I came up with the idea, well, why don't I run from where I coach for so many years to where I'm coaching now? That's not too crazy far, though. It is a long ways.
It's 419 miles.
Right, but if I did coach in Kelowna first and then Corvallis, then I wouldn't have done that. So, but that was the initial just idea, but it didn't seem like enough, and it took some time. We went through COVID, so we couldn't do it, but eventually it hit me as to why I would want to do that and how I could make it have some impact. And it was while I was out on a long run preparing for a marathon a couple years ago, year and a half ago, listening to a podcast, and the gentleman on the podcast was running a marathon a day, which first off I thought then it made me look like a sissy, just what I'm going to do, 15 miles a day. So I thought, well, that's easy. But he was running for adolescent mental health. His daughter had attempted suicide, thankfully was unsuccessful, and he was also running for foster care. He himself, back in the day, was in foster care. So that was something near and dear to his heart. So as I was running, I realized, hey, I can do that smaller bit of running. Look at what this guy's doing. But then it hit me that I knew, now I know why I'm going to do it. And it was the youth mental health, which is something that's been near and dear to me, but I thought this is a chance to actually have some kind of impact. And so, and I had the two organizations came to me right away. One was Trillium Family Services out of Oregon, where my son Corey spent time his sophomore year in high school.
Saved his life.
And if you'd asked him, he's actually here today, he would say that, yeah, that time there, and it was actually in Corvallis. It was prior to me even coaching there. It was just the fact that that's where the facility was that he went and spent time at. But yes, that was so beneficial for him and obviously our family. And I wanted to help them. And the second organization was only 7 seconds out of Chelan, as we know. And I had not heard of them until 3 years ago. And when a former AppleSoft player and their family, they lost their son to suicide. And the family had asked that if you want to do something in Cade's name, give us only 7 seconds. So I gave. I didn't really know anything about it. I would have given no matter what it was at the time, just to try and help. And then as I got to look at the organization itself, they were young. In fact, they will celebrate their 5-year anniversary May 7th. So it was a young organization, but just what they were doing to basically to end loneliness, which is the epidemic we're in. And so I knew that's the other organization I can put them together with the Wenatchee Apple Sox and the Washington thing, and then Corvallis, the Corvallis Knights, along with Trillium Family Services was the match there. And I said, hey, we'll work both ends and see what we can do with raising awareness and hopefully money.
That's the whole idea. Money, money, money. Ed's going to give all of it to these two fine organizations. I'm glad that Corey is doing well, married, living a good life. So good for them, and good to Trillium Family Services for the great work that they did. Only 7 seconds. You talked about this. It was COVID. It's these things. You can shut yourself off in your own private world and not interact with people, and that is not the way to do it when you're 13, 14, 15 years old. You have to interact with people. You have to be there and be out and about. It's just so easy to not be social. It's easier to not be social than it is to be social now. It's a problem.
It is, and it is certainly for the youth, all of us. You know, I mean, we need to be connected. I mean, it's out there. There's studies that probably the single thing that will determine our health really is our relationships and how connected we are with others. So, but certainly our youth are in that mental state, I think, where they make some of those decisions that, you know, are quick and irrational, more so than us mature folk. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, well, hormones run amok at that time.
That's right.
You on your way here to the Apple Capital, you drove the route in reverse. You drove from Corvallis to Wenatchee on the same route you're going to be running from Wenatchee to Corvallis. So you have a general idea. You did mention in your post more hills than you anticipated. Was there any point during your drive from Corvallis to Wenatchee just a couple of days ago when you thought to yourself, what the hell was I thinking?
Well, yeah, sure. But when anyone has heard about this, I'm going to run from Wenatchee to Corvallis. Oh, okay. How many people? What leg are you? I go, no, it's just me. I think people have pictured it's the Forrest Gump look with a bunch of people running. No, but yeah, and the big question everyone just says, why? Why would you do that? Which is a good question. It's very legit. So, and I knew running on Highway 14 in Washington all the way down to Columbia it's not as flat as I-84.
That's true.
I-84,
they don't let trucks to worry about it.
They don't let you run on I-84. But I knew there were hills, but yeah, just not maybe that high, that steep of a grade or that long at some point.
Ed can't do this without support. Your older brother is going to be driving you, or at least supporting you. He's going to have the motorhome with you, so you have a place to rest. Your daughter's been taking care of all of the social media stuff for you. So this is not a solo thing. You've got people who are making this happen for you that are on board Team Ed all the way, all 419 miles.
No doubt about it. I've had a ton of help, and we started a year ago today with a meeting with Allie with the Apple Sox and with our Corvallis Knights group, Luke with Only 7 Seconds, and then with Trillium Family Services, Trish down there. We all met and been meeting ever since, but in every area, every group, everyone's just been really positive and all on board, doing all that they can, and certainly yourself.
Anything for you,
Dave at Sunny FM here in Wenatchee. That's been wonderful. Down in Corvallis, Joe Radio, which handles Oregon State, but our Corvallis Knights throughout the summer. TV station down in Eugene and in Portland, and everyone's just been more than helpful to kind of get the word out and hopefully make this successful.
Ed's got a pretty nice place to stay throughout his run. It's a Mini Cooper. I thought that was interesting. You're going to sleep in a Mini Cooper. I thought.
That being correct, Dan.
We're going to take a quick break. You got some guests, right? We want to give some love to. So we're going to take a quick 2-minute break, and when we come back, Ed's taking over the show because we need some professionalism here every once in a while. You're watching a special live edition on the campus of Wenatchee Valley College at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium with Ed Nags, and we'll be right back.
Imagine a science project being done on the kitchen table. Feel the excitement on Christmas morning as the kids race down the stairs to form memories that cannot be erased. Listen for the laughter coming from the next room. Put your family in a new home to make these visions become reality with Coldwell Banker Cascade. Use the Move Meter entering 2 cities and see how a potential move scores based on the cost of living and other factors. Make your dream place a reality with Coldwell Banker Cascade today.
Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue, family owned and operated on North Wenatchee Avenue, right next to Hooked on Toys. Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue uses only fresh ingredients handcrafted with love, including authentic Hawaiian barbecue and Japanese-style ramen noodle soups. And the bubble teas will keep you coming back for more. Enjoy the culinary tour of the Pacific Rim with Hawaiian barbecue lunches and combo plate classics, as well as ramen noodle soups. Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue. Enjoy their comfort food like you're one of the family. The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents The Magic of Manson.
Welcome to Navarre Coulee Tasting Room in downtown Manson. You're invited to stop by, relax, and enjoy a sample of our longer-aged wines. You will taste the difference from the very first sip.
Tipsy Canyon is proud to introduce their latest lineup of new wines. The Garvins will make you feel right at home as spring unfolds across the Chelan Valley. Come up to the Manson Hills and experience the magic for yourself.
How do you think like an entrepreneur?
I have had it in mind starting my own business. This is all really good to know right now.
I am currently making a vision board. I am talking about my well-being, my personal finances, and habits that I would like to work on and to improve myself to be a better entrepreneur.
Welcome back to the program. Ed Nags is still with me. The gentleman to my left is going to help us out. The gentleman to my right, gentleman to your left. Introduce everybody besides me, Ed, because they know who I am. Who are our 2 guests you brought on board?
Okay, to your right, Mr. Edwin Eaton, who owns iPro Building Services, one of our major sponsors that just allowed this whole thing to happen. You talked about the Mini Cooper. It's actually a Mini Winnie. Whatever, Winnebago. So yeah, renting that and having it and the gas and everything, the cost to just pull this off so all the money goes right to the organizations. There was some cost involved, but iPro has stepped up for us here.
Kudos to you. How did this happen? Because everybody loves Ed?
Sure, yeah. No, I mean, I've known Coach Nags for a long time, and so when he asked me about doing a sponsorship for him, it was a no-brainer to do that. And to learn about the organizations and everything, too, was really cool. his personal story with it as well. It's touching as well. But, you know, for somebody, you know, Ed's age to run as much as he is, I thought, man, I could barely run 3 miles in the morning. So, I mean, this is huge. And just with everything that he's doing for the charities is big time.
He's a hard guy to say no to, isn't he?
He is. He is.
He is. Introduce the gentleman to your left, please, Ed.
To my left is Luke Wall, who's the main director of Only 7 Seconds up in Chelan, which is one of the 2 organizations that all the money that we're raising is going to go to, doing great things up in Chelan.
The name Only 7 Seconds must be, there's something there.
There is.
Talk about the origin of the name.
Yeah, the quick story of it is before COVID, before loneliness and isolation became a really big buzzword in the country, my younger brother, little brother, about this tall, super athlete, experienced pretty severe loneliness in high school. During that time, my mom, as any good mom does, goes, how long would it take for one of your friends to reach out to you and just say they care about you, or thinking about you, can we play Xbox together, let's grab coffee. So she went out to her kitchen table where the phone was and typed it out, and she took about 7 seconds and said, I care about you. And it's this idea that it literally takes 7 seconds sometimes to just intervene in someone's life, to reach out, make the initial connection, see how someone's doing, and actually care about them.
And somebody in a mental health crisis, an adolescent in a mental health crisis, can make a very bad decision in only 7 seconds.
Yes, yep, absolutely. And it's in those small moments where radical change can start. And it takes very small intervention to at least intervene in those moments where someone may be irrational in where their brain's at. And we have stories where someone got a text that said, let's grab ice cream right now. I want to hang out. And in that moment, they were thinking about taking their own life. And a 7-second text message of let's grab ice cream changed where they are in their entire life right now.
How do you know you're making an impact? Is there a quantifiable measuring stick that your organization can use that say we're doing this?
Yeah, there's a lot of different pieces. Loneliness is really hard to measure. It's subjective. Every person listening to this, yourself included, has all experienced pieces of loneliness. So it's really hard to quantify pieces of that. But what we do know is that the work that we do has saved lives. We have hundreds and hundreds of stories of people who have seen a yard sign, that have gotten a text message because of our encouragement, that we have educated and worked with in school districts who are living better lives today, more socially connected, putting their phones down more often, having good relationships with others. And those things are more measurable over the long term. So we're still building a lot of that, but our case studies really are in the individual impacts that we hear day in and day out here in North Central Washington.
How do people land on your radar? I mean, hey, Only 7 Seconds organization is here to help, but how does the connection get done? How does that happen?
Yeah, it's a couple different pieces. The first one is all awareness like this. Being out in public spaces, sharing our message through yard signs, through wristbands, t-shirts, all sorts of awareness up and down the valley that we've been hosted on NCW Life. We've been in all different places. And part of it's just that awareness campaign of helping people know that there are solutions out there and you can be a part of that solution. You can make those small little impacts. The other part of it is the education that we provide. We have a lot of resources on our website. So once you become aware of what we're talking about, there are a lot of resources to get on our website, and we provide to you directly or refer you out to experts in specific fields as well.
It's amazing what just talking can do, just a text.
Absolutely.
A simple, how you doing? What's going on? Haven't heard from you for a while.
Yep. Yeah, it has such an impact. And oftentimes when we're the ones sending it, we minimize the impact. But when we're the ones receive it, if you got a text message this morning when you woke up from a family or a friend, someone that was actually thinking about you, it can start off your day entirely different. And sometimes it is as impactful as saving someone's life, but it's also just waking up and having a good day. Just seeing a stranger smile at you in the grocery store. Those little moments can transform how someone's experiencing their entire day.
Ed, you are in about 11 minutes or so. Ed's going to begin his run. Again, he's running from Wenatchee to Corvallis. He's going to do about 15 miles a day. I think he told me 10 in the morning and 5 in the afternoon, something along those lines. So obviously, this is all a fundraiser. We talked about the Only 7 Seconds. We talked about the Trillium organization down there in Oregon. People are going, well, how do I help? How do I help Ed out? How do they help you out? How do they get involved with your opening day run? And let's start filling those coffers up. This guy was a huge help by saying gas is on me, and basically here's a home to sleep in for a month. That is phenomenal right there, because I understand the price of gas is pretty high nowadays.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
So how do people get involved? on X and on Instagram and on Facebook, and here's money and how do I follow you, because they can follow you. Talk about all that gooey good stuff, Ed.
Okay, the website is openingdayrun.com, and on there, as far as if someone does choose to donate, which would be phenomenal, we know that that's not in everyone's, capable maybe for everyone to do that right now, but certainly to go to the website and to follow us, and then at least to follow us, what we're doing, and to share if that's something they're on social media, to be able to share that out to other people so that they know would be interested. That would be wonderful. And there are plenty of spots on that page to donate, and you get to choose either Only 7 Seconds or Trillium Family Services. And it goes right to their websites. There's also links to both organizations' websites there. People can learn more about the amazing work both groups are doing.
And what we're going to do is we're going to take a little break, about a 3-minute break. We're going to gather all the celebrities here. Ed's the big celebrity, and then all the B and C listers, except you. Of course, you also need a lister. And we're going to send Ed on his merry way from Wenatchee to Corvallis, and we'll do that in about 3 minutes. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hey man, how's your arm?
Getting better, actually, thanks.
Did they give you anything for pain after surgery? Because I think I may have some left over.
Nah, that's all right, man. Actually, me and my doctor talked about not sharing prescriptions, and that ibuprofen is a good option for me. The risk of addiction, it's not worth it, not worth it.
Makes sense.
Take the next step. Don't share your prescriptions, and talk to your friends about the dangers of opioids.
The Lake Chelan Chamber of Commerce presents Wonders of Wooden Avenue.
As Chelan's premier lifestyle store, Willow, find unique home decor, clothing, jewelry, and more. Come visit for a welcoming and memorable shopping experience.
Lake Chelan Sports is the place to find top brands like Hoka, On's, Patagonia, and now a full line of Warray products. With excellent customer service, Lake Chelan Sports has what you need.
Wonders of Wooden Avenue, North Central Washington's premier shopping district.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
The family at the Eplidolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Eplidolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Eplidolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Eplidolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
The Lake Chelan Rotary Club invites you to experience Cycle Chelan, held each year on the 3rd Saturday in June. Pick your thrill from 3 rides: the Metric Century Challenge, Cycle Divino, or the Lake Loop. All profits from Cycle Chelan are used to support student scholarships and other charitable activities of the Lake Chelan Rotary Club. Cycle Chelan, a route for every rider. Pick your thrill today.
So, how's Evan?
Well, he's all grown up now, but I worry about him.
So many dangers in the world. COVID, the environment, the opioid epidemic.
Yeah, I hear opioid misuse is on the rise.
I don't even know how to start a conversation with him.
This might help. GetTheFactsRx.com. There's a whole section on how to talk about opioids with your family.
Offer support, not judgment.
Cool. Talk to your family about the dangers of opioids. Visit GetTheFactsRx.com.
All right, we're about ready to send Ed Nags on his way, but first, look at the great celebrities that people have come out to support you, Ed. We got the royal court here, and these ladies are busy. They got a lot going on.
We were just talking about that. I wondered what kind of energy drink they're on.
Queen Ella and the Royal Court, good to see you. Woohoo! You guys, anything going on this weekend? What, Netflix? Just gonna hang around. Ed, is there anybody specific that you want to thank before you head on your way? I see the Wenatchee High School baseball team is here. I'll let you take it for a minute or
Panthers.
so.
Well, there's everybody's here.
Yeah.
I see the whole team, but mainly, I mean, Emily, it's her birthday today, May 1st.
Yay!
That's right, 22 years old. Could you imagine being 22? I'm sorry.
I wish I was 22 again.
Former Panthers are showing up. Tori Wolf all the way from Brewster. Holy cow.
How you feeling? I mean, are you a little emotional right now? I don't want to send you on your way bawling like a baby, but I got a little something going on right now, buddy.
Do you?
I'm starting to feel a little emotional.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Bring it in for the real thing.
Last words before we send you on your way, Ed.
Oh, thank you. Thank you to, NCW Life and everything you guys have done so far, and we'll do some updates.
Yeah, we're going to be checking in with Ed via Zoom once a week, I think we decided, maybe twice a week. We'll figure that out.
We will figure that out.
But we'll be checking in with Ed on little 5 or 6 minute vignettes as he begins his run from Wenatchee to Corvallis. I'm very happy to be a part of it. And again, openingdayrun.com is the website. Everything you need is there. He's going to be all over social media, courtesy of his lovely 22-year-old daughter. He's going to have the X going. He's going to have the Instagram going, the Facebook going. Are you ready to get going?
No doubt. This has been a long time coming, so here we go. We're going to do the first 10, and then I'll get back for I get to go to the luncheon today for Apple Blossom.
That's right. Ed's going to run 10 miles. He's going to be at the All-Service Club luncheon.
I'm not running back.
No, he's not going to. With Jen Mueller, by the way, is going to be the keynote speaker. Let's send you. I'm going to take the microphone. I'm going to get out of the camera way, and we'll send folks on his way. Anytime you count them down, folks, and let them go.
Wait a minute. Where's the crew that's running?
Got to get the other runners there too, Dan.
Get them all. Everybody who's running with Ed, get in there.
Got the Panthers? Come on, Panthers. Everybody stretch, I hope.
Nice shirt.
No? Don't pull a hammy.
Oh, I'm going to cry here. I'm afraid I'm going to cry. Are you ready to go, Ed? You don't have to do anything.
I think we should count down from 7, don't you think?
Oh, that's a good idea for only 7 seconds.
We're remembering that Ed is a coach.
That's right.
Now.
He's telling him what to do.
We're going to lay down a bunt.
If you guys are all ready, we'll count down from 7 as soon as Ed says he's ready.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
You ready? Oh, wait, Ed, here we go, here we go. From Wenatchee to Corvallis, 419 miles. You ready, Ed? In 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there they go. Yeah! Now, the Panther baseball team is going to have to save some of that energy so they could beat Davis in their doubleheader coming up later on this week. There they go. Again, openingdayrun.com. Openingdayrun.com. Follow Ed on his progress. He'll be doing about 15 miles a day, every day until he gets to Corvallis, Oregon. It's a 419-mile run, all of it to raise money for 2 outstanding causes. Thanks to the folks at Only 7 Seconds for being here. Thanks to our friends at the Trillium Family Services down in Corvallis for coming here and helping us out. Special thanks to the Apple Blossom Royalty for being here. They have a very busy schedule, and yet they came down to help Ed out. Thanks for everybody to donate. Openingdayrun.com, openingdayrun.com. You can follow Ed on Instagram, you can follow him on X, and you can follow him on Facebook. Special thanks to our friends at Wenatchee Valley College and their athletic department for allowing us to come here and disrupt what would otherwise be a normal business day. Have a great Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Happy Apple Blossom. Bye-bye.